Hi everyone, Namaste, and welcome to this video which contains the perspectives I've used on how we can maximize our potential, as well as how to deal with the fear of trying new things that can come along with it, and with the ultimate end goal to help us to maximize our own unique talents and abilities and become the best versions of ourselves. My name is jari'sTotelos. Thank you so very much for being here. And thank you in advance for thinking about these topics, for discussing them with us, and helping us to improve them, to expand our combined understanding of them. And one of the main reasons I wanted to talk about this is because I currently think that it can often be difficult to decide what to do next once we want to maximize our potential. Especially when there's so many different things to learn, so much to improve, and so much to try out. How should we choose between what to do first, and when exactly have we become a better version of ourselves? And in my experience, there were lots of times where I found this quite difficult as well, especially in situations where I didn't want to try something new because I was afraid of all the things that could go wrong, along with Murphy's law stating that all things that could go wrong will go wrong. But I found that these perspectives have really helped me to deal with these situations, and so I would like to share them with you in this video. And based on these perspectives, I will first argue that two questions can help us to maximize our potential the fastest, with the first one being, what will give me the most benefit for the least amount of effort for maximizing my own and therefore all life's potential? And the second one being, how much can I improve my health, for example brain functioning? And then, if the answer to that question is something like, I can likely improve my health quite a bit, then prioritizing our health above things like work and hobbies will probably help us to maximize our potential the fastest, because our level of health can improve all these areas as well. Lastly, I will argue that when we're afraid of trying new things, maybe partially because of Murphy's law, then doing two things can really help us to become brave enough to try it anyway. Namely, first preparing for these problems accordingly, and secondly, keeping in mind that by trying something new, we will also find many new, unexpected benefits and discover new, unexpected treasures, such as discovering talents we never knew we had, which might be the most important thing we can do to become happy. So without further ado, let's go more in depth on these perspectives. So when we're deciding what to do to maximize our own potential first and become the best version of ourselves, it might be a good idea to first try to define what a better version of ourselves actually is. And one way to determine this is by asking the question, does this action enable me and our human species as a whole to better understand this phenomenon and to do better next time? And if the answer is yes, then we have become a better person. And the more things we can then create, the better person we have become. And we can even extend this already to maximizing all life's creative potential. For example, through making animals happy by allowing them to thrive in their habitats, treating them well, and offering to teach them new tricks, like how to play, walk, and dance with us, as Ashley and Pootsie have shown in Britain's Got Talent 2012. And therefore, by making animals happy, we have already become a better version of ourselves, by further maximizing all life's creative potential. However, first maximizing our own potential enables people and other animals to learn more from us as well. So it's likely best to first try to maximize our own potential before we can help others to do the same. And so once we have reasoned up until this point and then have to decide what to do to improve ourselves, then how do we choose between all possible things to do? In my case, because I wanted to improve as much as possible, the more specific question I've then asked myself was, how can I get the most benefit in maximizing my potential for the least amount of effort? And I've asked myself this question in a situation where I had three goals. The first one was to study more effectively for my law studies and upcoming exams, like improving my schedule for studying and making better summaries. The second one was to work on my serve tennis tactics for an upcoming tournament. And the third and final one was improving my brain functioning, with brain functioning being a topic I had by far the least understanding of compared to my law studies and tennis. And here I reasoned that improved brain functioning would likely mean improved memory, which would likely improve not only remembering the rulings from law cases, but also remembering the tennis tactics to use in a match. And that since I didn't know many perspectives about brain functioning yet, this meant that I could likely improve in this area quite a bit more than in the other areas. And therefore, I concluded that increasing my knowledge of brain functioning by learning new perspectives on this topic would probably give me the most benefit for the least amount of effort, compared to first trying to improve in law studies or tennis. And so I decided to try and improve my brain functioning by searching on YouTube how to improve brain functioning. And I found that many people claimed that two ways to do this were intermittent fasting, where we'd only eat between 12 AM and 8 PM, and the second one was going to bed when you're tired, instead of, for example, staying up late to finish watching a video, studying, or playing a game. Now, I had never tried intermittent fasting before, and with regard to going to bed when tired, I did remember staying up late when I was binge watching Game of Thrones, and when I was playing the game League of Legends to try and finish getting to a higher ranked level, even if I felt tired. Only to then often wake up the next morning feeling more fatigued than usual. And therefore, these claims made perfect sense to me, and I decided to try them out for myself. And then I found that by doing this consistently over a week or so, not only my memory drastically improved for my studies and during tennis, much more than I expected, but I was also more focused and had more physical energy, probably because I was more rested. And I felt much happier knowing that I had improved in all these areas at once. And then on top of that, I got these added benefits that I didn't expect. And these unexpected benefits have since made me much more motivated to try out new things, because I reasoned that I could never know what other benefits might be waiting for me until I tried something new. And that this might even be the most beautiful thing about trying something new, discovering what other benefits and improvements we have made, through opening as many new bags as possible. Even more so with regard to health and brain functioning, because I never expected that I could think so much clearer mentally, which made me even more excited to try out other ways to improve my brain functioning and health in general, to see if I could function even better. And so the lesson I learned was that increasing my knowledge of some topics like brain functioning, mental health, including emotional health, physical health, etc., can help me so much more in improving and further maximizing my potential than increasing knowledge of other areas like work and hobbies. Most likely because brain functioning affected my performance at all these areas. So the healthier I got, the better law student and tennis player I also became. And so far, reasoning like this has nearly always helped me to maximize my potential much faster than any other way. And I also learned that I could never really know how much better I could function if I didn't optimize my health first. And the final lesson I took away from this is that when we try something new to improve, we can get benefits we didn't expect to get, like drastically improved memory, focus, and physical energy. And since then, I found that trying to improve has nearly always given me these unexpected treasures. For example, me improving my mental health has likely given me the courage to try out making these videos, which has made me the happiest I've ever been. and perhaps led me to discovering some talent I had, maybe for writing and sharing my perspectives that I also never knew I had. In other words, while digging up the diamond, it's likely we'll find some gold along the way as well. Now there's a law called Murphy's Law, which has typically been stated as anything that can go wrong will go wrong. And this has reminded me of situations where I was too afraid to try something new because of all the things that could go wrong. But then I reasoned that Murphy's Law could also help me, because knowing that these problems will occur will then enable me to prepare and anticipate these problems much more easily as well. And on top of that, the thought of discovering what more unexpected treasures I would find by trying anyway was extremely encouraging as well. And so these two thoughts together probably made me brave enough to try these new things. And therefore, I currently would like to add this to Murphy's Law. Anything that can go wrong will go wrong. However, we can then not only account for these problems accordingly and more easily, but also keep in mind that whenever we eventually succeed, we will also have found unexpected treasures. And we can call this new law the Law of Unexpected Treasures, or LOUT for short, which Oxford has defined as an uncouth and aggressive man or boy, which I think is pretty funny, and an unexpected treasure, perhaps. So in summary, I currently think that when we need to decide what to do to maximize our potential, we need to ask ourselves the question, what will give me the most benefit for the least amount of effort for maximizing my own and therefore all life's potential? And then we need to ask ourselves how much we can improve our health, like brain functioning, physical and mental health, including emotional health, etc. And that if the answer is probably quite a bit, then we need to give priority to improving our health above things like work and hobbies, because our level of health can improve these areas as well. And finally, that when we're afraid of trying something new, maybe partially because of Murphy's Law, we don't need to be discouraged when we have anticipated these problems accordingly, and when we keep in mind that we will also find beautiful, unexpected treasures and benefits by trying this new thing. Like talents we never knew we had, and that we could do so much more than we initially thought. And I would like to end the video here with the beautiful prospect of you discovering more of your own unique talents and abilities. And I really hope that this video has helped you in further maximizing your potential. Also, please feel free to share your own thoughts on how to maximize our potential, as well as to try these strategies out yourself and share your experiences using them, so that we can improve these ideas, practice our discussion skills, and learn more from and about each other to become closer to the best version of ourselves. If you have any questions, suggestions for topics you'd like to know my perspective on, or other comments, please feel free to ask them in the comment section below, in an email, or any other way you can reach me. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in the next video.